Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do another game picks video. Now I haven't done a game picks video in a long time. That's because I was pretty busy actually on like from Tuesday to Friday. I didn't really have time, and even the time that I do, I just want to relax from the day. So game picks is gonna be a little bit of a it's gonna be inconsistent actually. So, but I'm gonna try my best to not to do them as late as this week because I haven't even done the game picks on the Thursday night football game. But if you saw my community post, I have the Bills winning 21-20, and now I have not 21-20, 40-20, but they end up winning it by 31-21. So I got that right, closer than expected. So let's start with this. Who will win the matchup? Browns versus the Packers. The Packers, I'm going to pick the Packers. The Packers are a much better team than the Browns. Although I could see it, I don't really, I'm not going to say the game's going to, I don't expect it to be close, but maybe I can see it like, I don't know, like a little bit of room for the Browns to be relatively competitive. So I kind of expect that, but I think by the fourth quarter, you can see the Packers are really going to step up. Next up, here comes the interesting one. Colts Titans. These two are a really good. It's an interesting matchup because it's week 3, a divisional matchup, and I can definitely see the Titans winning because Cam Ward played pretty good, and I don't really expect this team to be that good the rest of the season, but I do think that you can see an upset coming. And for the Colts, the Colts are 2-0. They have an opportunity to go 3-0, but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of hard to pick which one, but if I had to pick, I'm gonna say the Colts, but I won't be surprised if the Titans won. So I'm gonna say the Colts right here. The Bengals versus the Vikings will be an interesting matchup. Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. So you never know what you're gonna get. Obviously, people picking the Vikings, and then 40% picking the Bengals. In my opinion, the Bengals really kind of have to win this game because after this, it's gonna get really, really tough. So you really need some kind of a cushion for the Bengals, to make sure that you don't really fall out of place. So you're gonna have to face some very, very, very tough team later on. So and for the Vikings, JJ McCarthy did not play good. We're gonna see how Carson Wentz play, but I'm gonna pick the Bengals to win. There are, I do think on paper are the better team, but with the injured quarterback, it's kind of even really. And with Carson Wentz, you never know. I mean, if Carson Wentz have a balls out, then I would say that they can definitely win this game. The Steelers versus the Patriots. I'm gonna pick the Steelers to win this one. I do think they're the more experienced team out of the two. The Patriots. They are a new team. They beat a pretty good win against the Dolphins, but I just think that Steelers are gonna bounce back. They are like the more experienced team, so I do think that the Steelers are gonna win this one, while the Patriots, they can come close. I know the defense did not play well, but let's be honest. They have the two teams that they play. They have some experience. For example, the Seahawks. You got Cooper Cup, and then you got um, hold on, CK Metcalf or Jack. Yeah, DK Metcalf is there. Um, if I'm not mistaken, if he's not gone. But anyways, I got confused. But they're the more experienced team in my opinion. Um, Sam Darnold, I mean, he already played, so that also makes it here. But the Steelers' defense kind of is like a concern now. So, but I'm gonna say that with against a younger team, I do think they're gonna win this one. Ooh, oh God, I can't believe this game is not on Sunday Night Football. This game should really be on Sunday Night Football, and instead have the If you really want to have the Chiefs and the Giants on prime time, you could have put it on Thursday Night Football because, like I said, nobody really hears about the Dolphins and the Bills. It has really been a lopsided rivalry. But anyways, it's just a crime that this is not on Sunday Night Football, even on Game of the Week, or not get yet either Game of the Week or somewhere in the 425. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I'm gonna pick the Rams to win this game. I do think the Rams are gonna be winning it. They're both are kind of in the same page, but I'm gonna pick the Rams in the upset. I know some people are picking the Eagles, but I don't think the Eagles play as well as they did last year. Although they did beat the Cowboys, the defense is not really that good. It came kind of close. And then, of course, the Chiefs. That's a huge win, though, in my opinion, though. So I won't be surprised if the Eagles win. But I think the Rams, I do think they are the better team in this matchup. Just I'm picking the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield played really well these past 2 weeks. And I just think that this is the game that I'm going to see them being the Jets. So I'm going to say the Jets are going to win. Next up, the Raiders versus Commanders. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this game. Now, it is confirmed that Jane Daniels is not going to play this game. So I do think that the Raiders, will bounce back and win this. I do think the defense is talented enough to keep on Marcus Mariota, but Marcus Mariota is not a bad quarterback per se, actually. So I won't be surprised if the Commanders win. But I'm gonna say the Raiders are gonna win. I do think they're gonna be a bounce back win. I do think they're gonna learn from their mistakes from their previous game, which is a terrible game for them, by the way. But I'm gonna say the Raiders are gonna be bouncing back. Next up, the Falcons versus the Panthers. This could be a trap game, like I said, divisional matchup, week 3. Those type of games can pull out some massive upsets. I'm gonna pick the Falcons though to win this game. Um, Bryce Young, he didn't really play good in this first half. Second half, there is some promise, so maybe there might be a sign that the Panthers' offense could be good. But then again, the defense is terrible, so I'm gonna pick the Falcons to win this game. The Texans versus Jaguars. I'm picking the Texans. The Texans are 0-2. I do think they're gonna be stronger than ever before against the Jaguars, which, I mean, they should have really won against the Bengals, but they're learning. So I'm gonna pick the Texans. I'm picking the Raiders to pick the Broncos. The Broncos is kind of an interesting team. The first week, the offense do not play well. The defense played well, but then the second week, the offense played well for the most part. But the defense did not really play that well, and then costly mistakes cost them the game. And then I do think the Chargers are really the better team. I do think they'll can and what I'm saying is, can they win the AFC East? I do think they might be the favorites right now, but maybe who knows? Maybe the Chiefs might catch them. Maybe even the Broncos could resurge from there. But I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win. Seahawks versus I'm gonna pick the Seahawks. Although, again, I do think that the Saints can win this game. Spencer Rattler played all right. Actually, he played pretty good. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback, or I'm not saying he's gonna be the franchise quarterback. But I'm gonna say that he played well. I do think that at this point, I do think he has a place in the NFL to be at least a backup. So he's probably gonna be sticking around for a while, at least in a backup role. But I'm picking the Seahawks to win. I do think they're the better team than the Saints. I'm picking the Bears to beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys defense did not play good last week, and of course I do think the offense played well. I'm gonna say the Bears. They're gonna have a nice good win. I do think they're gonna have a bounce back win. I do think Caleb Williams is learning. Week 2, he didn't play bad, but he didn't play that good either. So I do think Caleb Williams will play better. Although the defense giving up 50 points is kind of ridiculous. So I'm not picking the Bears to win. Although I won't be surprised if the Cowboys win. Mac Jones is winning. This is a really pure toss-up game. This is a tough one, actually. I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win, actually. The Cardinals have been playing pretty good football lately, although they have come close to losing it. The 49ers, same thing. Well, not really. Week 1, they came close, but, they end up winning the game. Week 2, due to the circumstances, that was a really good win. But I'm going to say the Cardinals are going to win, but I won't be surprised if the 49ers play. Mac Jones actually played pretty well, all things considered. I do think under this Kyle Shanahan's offense, I do think he will be fine. I don't know. Like I said, should not be Monday Night Football. This really should be like Thursday Night Football or something like that, or even on the 1 o'clock games. But I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I really don't see the Chiefs going 0-3. Like I said, last week I said that I don't see the Chiefs going 0-2. But this one, the thing is, this is against the Giants. I'm not saying the Giants are a bad team though. You know, they're not a bad team. They just have a really tough schedule. But I'm gonna say the Chiefs are gonna win this game. Right here. And then of course you got the Lions versus the Ravens. This is a freaking tough game to pick. Both teams has been playing really good. It's really tough. Those two games, they really this is going to be a really good matchup in my opinion. But one of them has to go 1-2. Unfortunately, I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this game. Why not? So, and then what's the total points? What's going to be my points in this one? So, I'm predicting like a I think it's gonna be like a game-winning field goal of 36-33 type game. So I'm actually gonna hold on, not 33-36. I'm gonna say 28-24. So for 54 points will be picked. So there you have it. Guys. So this is going to be the video. I went 12-13, but really, it's just not 12-15. It's not just really 12-15. Is 13-3, and then you got the next and then you got 12-4. So what it means is 24-7. That's what my prediction is. So 24-7 is gonna be the record that I got. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.